you guys to be thinking about some questions. Here's my question, and I'll ask it to Mike first, and anybody else wants to respond to this, welcome to. 2 minutes each to respond, no more, please. When Al Garza wanted to pave Lakeview, many of our neighbors went up in arms about it. Al came and met with us, and we found a compromise. Now, he had X amount of dollars to spend in repairing streets. And I don't know that all that money stayed in East Hill or not. So my question is this: what would you do about transparency on all the budgets for things that Al Garza spends on streets and things like Dave Flaherty spends on parks?
That's a pretty easy question. Because when I'm elected the new mayor, I'm the guy in charge of the budget. It's not the way it is now. But I will be in charge of the budget. I will develop the budget. I will present the budget. And I can assure you that any questions that this group may have, it'll be an open door insofar as my serving as mayor is concerned. I was very pleased with the compromise insofar as Lakeview is concerned. There were a lot of feelings about that, and I really think Al Garza, our staff, and many of us all worked together to make that compromise come about. And I appreciate all of y'all working very hard to make that happen, and I think people are pretty happy about that right now. But when I am the mayor in charge of the budget, there'll be no questions, there'll be nothing hidden. I'll be ready to let anybody know what's going on at any time.
Okay, Mike, thank you. Any other candidate want to respond? Ashton, let's go down the line.
I think it's real easy. We live in a real-time world, okay? Anything that we're doing down in government needs to be transparent. It needs to be real time for the voters and the constituents to all see that. Whatever we do down at City Council, Lakeview is a special deal. It's poured concrete. However, beautification is the key to having smart people come into our city and say, hey, listen, they've preserved these historic districts. Should it be pavers? Should it be poured concrete again? Maybe we need to look at any different kind of variable there is to achieve that goal. Because as we all know, neighborhoods raise values. They give a sense of empowerment, sense of pride. Those are key things to do. In 2004, when I moved into East Hill, I went to Jody Skelton's office. I said, we need trees. We need plants. I was with Joan Bullock and another gentleman. And the reality is we got it done. The reality is you have to do that with Lakeview. And the citizens want to know that, and they want to preserve these historic districts. And Lakeview is key to the city of Pensacola, just like the 12th Avenue oak trees are.
Okay, thank you, Diane.
All right, yes, Mike, thank you. The transparency, in fact, is there, but it requires too much work of the citizens. Every time, as we did today, we have committee meetings where we hash out all the details. For instance, today, we had a detailed spread chart of projected expenditures on sidewalks for the rest of the year or the next fiscal year. That information is available to you. The problem is that you have everyday lives. You don't have time to go and look at council agendas and sift through and, okay, I'm interested in that, and then study the spreadsheet. And so what we've got to do is make the information more readily available, more easily available through the website, through a website that is a little bit ancient in its navigability. We need to get with the program that way, the transparent. But the other thing is, of course, it is a two-way street. With staff, especially a department head like Mr. Garza, who's been there forever, they do have kind of tunnel vision. You know, they go a certain way, and so it helps to have you who are most intimately involved be involved and let us know. If I can, and I have worked with Vicki Baracco, where she was concerned about some sidewalk repairs that Mr. Garza was going to do that might jeopardize that incredible heritage tree. Well, as soon as we just got the two of them together and started talking, well, of course, it made sense not to replace the sidewalk, but just to mill it down. So there is a give and take, but it does take a little citizen involvement.
Okay. Thank you.
Transparency and open government is a core value of my campaign, and I'm a web developer. It's one of the things I do in my regular job, and so I look at the city's website, and I can't believe that we actually let that pass as an informational website, because in order to find information there, it's very difficult. And if you want to, for instance, the agenda today for the Committee of the Whole was just massive, and it stopped downloading twice, and I have a fairly fast connection at home. It stopped downloading twice in the middle of the 16 megabyte download that I was trying to get just to see the agenda itself. I don't think we do a very good job as a city. If you look at past records of the city and you want to look something up and you have Windows 7 running on your computer, you can't see it because the software is out of date, so you have problems there. I think a lot of this boils down to what has already been mentioned in some respect is citizen involvement and neighborhood association involvement. I think if we bring neighborhood associations more, if we bring them into the table more on these decisions and share the information with you all. For instance, sidewalks, which has already been brought up. I asked a question of Al Garza about sidewalks. It's not really his purview, but he said go on the city website, find the council agendas, then go down to the council agenda from this date, and then down in the very 20th page down there, you'll find the list of sidewalks. I'm like, okay, that's the fastest way you can tell me how to do it? That's ridiculous. I think as far as the openness of our government, everything needs to be open, including how much our individual employees are paid. And that's not in the budget anywhere. You have a lump sum. We need to know what everybody gets paid. You need to know complete accountability of what our government consists of and what our budget consists of.
Okay, thank you.